Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
When you're shopping for an RV, the most important thing is to be patient enough to wait for the right deal on the right coach, but you also have to be ready to pounce on the right coach and the right deal when it does come by, because you don't want to end up with the coach that got away from you. Recently, I had a consult call with a gentleman, really nice gentleman, that had that coach that got away from him. And today I wanted to make a video telling you guys some of the things that he did right and some of the things that he did wrong. And I'm trying to help him find a specific 2003 Prevost Country Coach double slide that got away from him about 7 years ago, and he's been chasing that coach or a coach just like it this whole time, and he's ready to buy something. So I will show you that VIN number, and maybe if you have a line on it, I'll leave his phone number in the description below, and if you somehow are able to get a hold of that coach, he is a serious buyer. I don't talk about it very often, but if you do want to set up a consult call with me, I do have that set up on my website, rvingwithandrewsteele.com. You can click on the consult button in the upper right corner, and I'll spill the beans on everybody. I'll try to share as much wisdom as possible. I've got over 700 videos out there now, so if you don't have time to watch all 700 of those and you just want to pick my brain, you can schedule a consult call on my website, rvingwithandrewsteele.com, and I'll make sure to leave a link to that site in the description below. The coach that this gentleman wants is a 2003 Prevost Country Coach Double Slide XL2. There's a lot of other buses on the market. Today I'm hanging out here at Premium Coach Group in Gilbert, Arizona, and there's all kinds of coaches available, but he really was set on this one coach. The reason that he was set on it is because of the exterior color scheme. He wants something that's black, white, and silver, which I think is definitely a good play. In the car business, black, white, and silver are always the best colors for resale. When you start to get into different colors, people aren't going to like them as much as black, white, and silver. And there's just something about a nice, clean black, white, and silver coach that it's just a good look. So I agree with him that he's making a good call on this coach. Now he wants a Prevost Country Coach, which I really think at that 2003 to 2007 era, I really liked the Prevost Country Coaches. You still can get a lot of support from either Oregon Motor Coach Center or Premier RV of Oregon. So there's definitely some good sources out there to get work done on a coach like that if you need be. Back in the day, you know, Country Coach and also Legendary. There's another story about Legendary and Country Coach I'll tell you guys in a few minutes, but they both had paint down the entire sides of the coach, and I thought that was really a huge plus. The 2003 that he missed 7 years ago, I think was around that $300,000 mark, even around 7 years ago, and I think we all know some of the values of these buses have actually gone up a little bit. So that's one of the big mistakes that he made, was he's been waiting so long that, you know, buses would usually depreciate, where now they've actually gone up in value, and now he's at a point where his budget is $300 to $400. So he could have gotten this coach below $300, didn't pounce on it, and now we're still trying to find it. Now he is still very serious, and he's dead set on this one coach. So for some reason you have access to this coach, you know who the owner is. It was last registered to a Montana LLC, and the accountant will not give this gentleman the owner's information. So if you do have that owner's information of that 03 double slide Country Coach, he will pay all the money for it. So now prices have actually gone up a little bit in value. His budget is now at that $300,000 to $400,000 range. Now he is mechanically inclined, so he's not afraid of a coach that needs some work, which I think that's very important when you're getting into these older Prevosts. Some of them could need $100,000 worth of work. You really got to be careful. You got to really know what you're getting yourself into, and the more you can inspect that coach before you purchase it, the more prepared you're going to be for what's ahead of you. Now this gentleman is set. He either wants a Prevost Country Coach or a Prevost Legendary, and I really think that Prevost Country Coach and Legendary were a step ahead of Marathon and Liberty Coach back in that era. Now, obviously, Country Coach and Legendary both went out of business. Marathon Coach and Liberty Coach survived, and that's a whole different discussion. Prevost Country Coach and Prevost Legendary coaches are very similar, and a lot of people don't know the story, but the founder of Legendary Coach, Tom Nestel, was the original owner of Marathon Coach, from my understanding. And Marathon Coach was actually a company called Magic Carpet before it became Marathon Coach. And my buddy Jim Purcell over at Coach Pro has talked about that in some other videos. And I want to do a lot more video with Jim because he's got some great stories. He was one of the original employees of Marathon Coach. But as far as I know, when Tom Nestel sold Marathon Coach, there was a non-compete. And at that point, he went and worked for Country Coach with the Prevost conversion side of Country Coach. And from my understanding, when that non-compete expired, he went and grabbed a bunch of employees from Country Coach and a bunch of guys from Marathon Coach and began Legendary Coach. So Legendary and Country Coach have a lot of similarities from that same era, and I think that's one of the reasons that my consult client wants either a Legendary or a Country Coach, because if you're in those circles, especially up in that Eugene, Oregon area, there's a lot of people that understand these coaches and are able to work on them. So I'm definitely a fan of the Country Coaches and Legendaries myself, but I thought, this gentleman's situation was a good example. He spent 7 years now not RVing, and I think it's a really good example of what not to do, really, because those were 7 years that could be spent RVing, and he's kind of obsessing about finding this first coach. And my advice to him is, hopefully I can help you find this 03 Country Coach. Hopefully someone's watching this video and is ready to sell it. But if that doesn't happen, I think it'd be best for him to find a coach that's good enough and maybe even get it wrapped. You could take it to my buddy Jamie, the wrap artist in Nashville, Tennessee, and get a bus wrapped the colors that you want if it's got the right interior. But we're all only given so many years, and I think it's really important to not spend 7 years looking for a coach, but also you got to be patient enough to wait for the right coach. So hopefully he does find that right coach. Now, I even showed him an 07 Country Coach that I thought fit the bill of what he's looking for, but it had a little bit of gold. It was white and black and gold, and the gold was a deal breaker for him. So there's just so few coaches with those color schemes of that era that he may never find that right deal, or if he does find that coach, he may have to pay a premium for it because it's exactly what he wants. So but the moral of the story is as long as you're not going outside of your budget and outside of your means, the whole purpose of RVing is to get out there, get to the campgrounds, get to the racetracks, use it, because that's where all the priceless memories are made. And trying too hard to find that one right coach, may end up taking you 7 years. So hopefully one of you can help my buddy Jeff find that 03 double slide Prevost Country Coach. I think he thinks it's worth below $300,000, but for the right coach, he would pay $300,000 to $400,000. He is mechanically inclined, so he's not afraid of a coach that needs a little bit of work. So if you've got a Legendary or Prevost Country Coach that's white and black and silver, give him a call, and maybe you guys could put a deal together. So and then if you want to schedule a consult call on my website as well, I'll leave that link in the description below. I greatly appreciate all of you subscribing to the channel and liking these videos. I hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.